Hello, everyone. It is Wellness Wednesday. I hope you are all doing well. Hey, Janet, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's a busy night. There's a couple other lives going on right now, but it's all good. So what I was planning on talking about tonight, I figured we'll let kind of spirit guide me what message needs to come forth. I drew an oracle card this morning, and the one that I received was on the inner guidance system and us really connecting and getting to know about connecting with our bodies, our higher self, so that we can come from that space of really connecting and sharing our information, our gifts, not only with ourselves, but with others. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Gina. Welcome. But before I forget, I just want to let you all know about my speakers that I have coming on this month, guests actually, and we have some really good topics. So next week, the 11th, both of these beautiful souls are my teachers, my mentors, so I'm very, very excited to have them. My first teacher is Michelle Benjamin Mickey, and she will be on to speak on the grace of grief. And let me get a little bit of her description. So what she says here is grief is an expression of love unique to the individual. It is the grace of how we can live with loss and how we hold ourselves in our thoughts in such times. So she will be on next Wednesday. So please tune in for that. And then on the 11th, I will be having my other teacher, Catriona, and her topic is the world we long for. So which her description is, how is it possible to embody our humanity, to revive and re-sanctify our relationship with the world and with each other? And that's going to be another good one. So, hey, big brother, welcome. Love, Ron, I just love how you are able to be in one place, more than one place, one place at a time. I can't talk, you guys. My energy is kind of like, woo, today. You too, Sharon. I give you both a lot of credit on that. But let me get a sip of water. Has anybody else been feeling a little bit of low energy? Mine is, it's just been kind of a little bit on the low side. So I need to do some restoring here. But again, what I wanted to share with you today was about your inner guidance system. And I just want to read this. I pulled this oracle card here. You have two, Gina? Okay. Yeah, Ron, you're on 3 lives. That's awesome. So here's the card about the inner guidance system. And it says, let me put my glasses on. You too, Janet? Yeah, I think a lot of people have been feeling very low energy. So we want to make sure that we take care, nurture, and protect our energy. But the card says, the best answers always come from the calm, radiant place within me. I wait for these with joy. And then it says, my best answers always come from the calm, radiant space within me, my inner guidance system. The more I live according to this inner compass, the less concerned I am about what others think, and the more peace I am with my choices. I get better at following my inner guidance, and my choices improve over time. I'm excited to know that there is a reliable guidance system within me, my own feelings and intuition, and I rely on it every day. Both positive and negative feelings are information from my inner guidance system, helping to steer me in the right direction. Through these soul-guided choices, I am powerfully shaping my own destiny and expressing my purpose and individuality. I am grateful for love. I am grateful for my loving and wise inner guidance system. Ron, you let me know. I'd love to join you on a live. So the two supporting cards that I received with that is creative cocooning. And this one says, creative cocooning is a freedom I give myself. I create a safe nest for my peace, healing, and calm. And then the other one is the power of support. I'm grateful for all the love and support I receive. It is the most precious of life's gifts. And as you can tell with all three of these cards, you can see that they are tuning in, connecting with their higher selves, finding that peace, calm within themselves to help with the inner guidance system. Hey, Blue Mountain Tarot. I got my energy up today by choosing to focus on positive speech, actions, and self-pampering. Your videos help me too. Oh, thank you. That makes me happy. I'm happy to hear that. Yes, it's very important for us when we're dealing with energy. We just have to really take care of ourselves. That's feeding ourselves properly with the right foods, getting the proper rest that we need, drinking a lot of water, just everything that nourishes our body, and things for the mind as well. This is the mind, body, and spirit, all these three different things of nourishing yourselves so that you can find that energy flow. And I've been under a lot of stress, so that's not helping my energy levels at all. So I've been doing everything I can to try to manage that stress. Rest has also been challenging. So I'm doing the necessary things that I need to do, but there's always more that I could be doing. Hey, Dinah. Yes, aren't those beautiful messages? So with that inner guidance system, it's all about getting in alignment with yourself. Oh, good morning, Flora. Good morning to you. Yes, you're a day ahead of us. I hope it's a beautiful day there. It is hot here. I'm in Los Angeles and the weather has been really hot. So with aligning ourselves, one way to do that is through the creative cocooning. I also look at this as meditation and allowing ourselves to connect with meditation. It's easy to, well, I won't say it's easy. Meditation is challenging for some, but it is one of the ways that you can connect with yourself, your higher self, and connecting. And meditation, I've said this many other times, it's not about just sitting in a quiet space and sitting there for upon hours and hours. There's a lot of meditations out there that can take you through a 5-minute meditation or a 10-minute meditation. So people get this thought in their heads that it has to be all this time that they have to dedicate. Obviously, the more time that you do, it just allows you to get more comfortable and connect, but there are shorter things that you can do. Meditation can also be going out in nature or going for a walk around the corner, just connecting in some way where you're releasing, getting away from the computer, the phones, all that other type of technology so that you can focus on yourself and connecting with you. Cold, but Sunday, Thursday morning. Ooh, can you please send some of that this way? Okay. So, and I felt like this message today when I pulled this card, this is also, this message was for me. These messages, everything that I share, that Spirit wants to share with you, it's always connects with me as well. But support is another important thing. Putting yourself in places that are going to help you with your spiritual path, your growth, and for instance, the online community, connecting with all these beautiful people that have all these amazing gifts to share. It's a great way to help build yourself up as well. I'm truly grateful for this community and all the people that have all these phenomenal gifts and information that can share, and it helps us all to evolve. So continuing with that support, not only online, but I know we're dealing with COVID here, but if you have groups outside of the internet world that you can connect with, this is another way that you can find that support that will help you grow. And I want to go back to what Blue Mountain Tarot said here. So it is a choice. This is so key. She said she got her energy up by choosing to not only to focus on positive speech, but the actions and self-pampering. So it is a choice. It's a choice of, how do I want to feel today? When you wake up in the morning. Hey, Clarence, welcome. When you wake up in the morning, what language are you telling yourself? I know there's been times when I wake up in the morning, I roll in the bed, and I'm like, oh, I'm dreading this day. Already I'm setting precedent for that day because I'm dreading it before I even start it. Change the speech. Today, my intention is to have a good day. Despite how you're feeling, go ahead and set that intention. You're making that choice that even though you're not feeling so great, you're going to do everything in your power to have a great day. So make that choice, set your intention, align yourself with that day. Affirmations are phenomenal. And I'm still putting it all together, but I do intend on having a manifestation class for those that are interested to learn different ways and techniques that they can utilize to manifest what they want to bring about in their lives. And these manifestations can be just as small as setting the tone for your day, or manifesting that job that you want, or new love. Whatever the case is, these are different techniques that you can use that will help you. So once I get that information, I will definitely be sharing that. I'm thinking September, early September, I will be hosting this workshop, and it will be an online workshop as well. And I'm in the process of updating my website and getting that going. So a lot of things in the work. I will let you know all about it. Hey, Aspie Third Eye, welcome. Good to see you. Another technique, or a technique that you can use that I love a lot, it's called scripting. And what scripting is, this is a journal exercise. I love taking the pen and putting it to paper. Very powerful. And it's kind of, I look at it as kind of engraving your intention, kind of setting it in, setting it out there, putting it out there of what it is that you want to bring. So with the scripting, it's almost imagining yourself like you're a writer and you're going to write your story. What is the story that you want to produce for yourself? And when we get in the habit of doing this, becomes the life that we want to create. Or if you get up in the morning, why don't you just try scripting your day? What does your day look like for you? How would you like to see your day play out? For instance, today I am feeling calm and at peace and aligned. I am going to enjoy this beautiful weather that I'm having by taking myself out for a nice walk. Let's say you have some errands to do. Today with my errands, I'm going to approach everyone from my heart space with love and kindness. I choose to have an open heart. These errands that I run today, everything's going to run smoothly, and I'm going to enjoy every little moment of it. So that's just an example, a very small example of scripting. But when you script that out, you'll be amazed of how that plays out, how your day plays out. Now, it may not play out exactly the way you script it, but with you leaving it open with the feelings of what you want to have for that day, that feeling of kindness and peace and calmness, happiness, whatever words that you want to describe your day, that is the feeling that you're evoking and bringing into your space. So I say, go out there and try the scripting exercise. Aspie, you make me laugh. I swear, you need to be a comedian. So every morning I should get up, grab a notepad, and scribble. She leaves planet Earth, laughing out loud. If you want to, if it's possible, I'm sure you can. Actually, through meditation, you actually could leave planet Earth. So it's not too far-fetched of an idea. There's different ways that we can allow ourselves to just kind of leave this experience. I've done different journeys when I've worked in my meditations, shamanic journeys that I've done, where I've actually gone to other places. So that idea is not so far-fetched. If that's what you want, you can definitely do that. Oh, I love it. Okay. So another thing that you can do to help connect with yourself, and I'm not sure if I shared this exercise. This is called a higher awareness. And what it is that you want to find a spot to stare at. So let's just take, let's say you have like a little dot on the wall, or let's say that you have some pictures or something hanging up on your wall. Just focus in on that picture. And hopefully I can describe this well. Libra Lady, hi, welcome. Nice to see you. So Libra Lady is asking, is the result different from scripting to speaking the words out loud? So there is a slight difference. I won't say that it's a big difference. When you speak it out loud, you're still putting it out there into the universe. However, I don't have the science behind it or all that information, but when you write things down, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's something very powerful about it. Journaling is a very productive exercise. It's, and I feel, this is my feeling on it, I feel we get caught up in our heads too much. We get all these thoughts and the monkey brain gets going and we have all these different things. So when we're writing it down, it's releasing it from here, putting it here, but you're still putting it out into the universe. Once you write it down and have it there, you can speak it as well. For instance, my affirmations that I do every morning, I write out fully my affirmations. And I have like I have like so many affirmations, and I read them before I go to bed at night as well, because I'd like to take that into my sleeping space, into my dreams. So I wrote everything out and then I speak it. And for me, it's kind of like sealing that deal when you write it all out that way. So I hope that makes sense to you. Yes, absolutely, Aspie. Aspie says, writing it down requires spending more time in the thought and also is a partial manifestation in the physical world. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Allie from Heart and Soul. Oh, thank you, Allie. I appreciate you. Thank you. So there's, I love what Aspie said about that. It's just kind of like, like I said, sealing that deal of writing it down and getting yourself out of this busy head. And you're paying more attention really to what it is that you're writing. So with this higher awareness exercise, you're looking at that dot or picture or whatever it is, and I'm going to use my little green light here on my computer. So I'm looking at the light here. And as you're focusing on that light, you want to take yourself and allow your peripheral vision, just allow things to open up for you. And what's happening here, as you're opening up here, you are still centered and focused here. So if you're dealing with a problem or a challenge, I want you to go ahead and think about that problem and challenge now. So for me, I said my energy is low. So when I think about that, it doesn't feel as heavy as you open up your parameter here. It's almost like the problems or challenges or situations that you're going through, you can't really access them. And this is the space that you want to get yourself in when you're dealing with things. And that is helping you to connect with yourself and your higher self or spirit, God, universe, whatever you want to define that as. that is what you're making that connection. And it's almost like those problems become frivolous. And the more that you can expand that awareness, the more that problem or issue is less attainable. And if you feel like you can only go about this wide, that's fine. Don't worry about it. The more you practice that, the more it allows you to open up. Does anyone feel that? Did you have a chance to give it a try? I'm just curious. Think of a problem or issue that you have. Allow yourself to open up that space, and tell me if that problem or issue, does it feel a little less heavy for you? And let me know in the chat. I'm curious to see how that feels for you. Let me know how that feels. I know when I first tried this exercise, it wasn't that easy for me to open up. But over time, as I practice it more and more, I could just feel the opening and things becoming less and less. The more I opened, the less things began to feel. So if you don't want to try it now, that's totally fine, but give it a try. And later on, just let me know in the comments how that worked out for you. And before I forget, thumbs up, please. That really helps. I appreciate it. And feel free to share. And for those that are new, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Or if you haven't subscribed, please be sure that you do so you can get the alerts. Tonight you have just me, but at least once or twice a month, I have a guest that comes on and shares other information with you. Because there's so many amazing people out there that have so much wisdom to share. And I want to make sure that I can bring them on and that they can provide all that information for you. Let me just make sure too. I know sometimes my feed gets a little fuzzy, and I meant to check to make sure everything's going okay. Sure. Okay. All right, good. All right, so I'm going to draw a couple other cards to see what message Spirit wants to add on to this with some of the information that I've shared. And let's see what else comes up on connecting with your higher self. Okay, let me draw a couple more. Oh, that's a jumper. Okay. All right, so back to the whole meditation or quiet time. Let's just call it quiet time, because I know for some meditation feels a little heavy for some people. But again, meditation doesn't have to just necessarily be sitting still. There's all different types of meditation. But Spirit is really saying that taking that quiet time, this is snow. It's also called the silence card. Finding that quiet time for you to have that special time with Spirit. So whether that, if you're a person who prays, if you want to sit and just pray, connecting with Spirit in that sense, or taking that quiet time with yourself, connecting with your higher self, breathing exercises are also really good for that connection. This is all a part of that creative cocooning process, right? Finding different ways of where you can have that time to nurture your soul, your spirit. It's also a time, you know, we got the creative cocooning. We also got creation, water. And I love this card. It's something so magical about this. If you notice, this woman, she water's very cleansing. Water is very nurturing, and it also feeds our soul. We're made up of a lot of water. I forgot the percentage, but so we want to consistently drink a lot of water. But this is good for cleansing. And ironically, we also got the cleansing card, the storms. So with our inner guidance system, in order to make that connection or to have that connection, we want to cleanse and remove anything that we're holding on to that's not serving us. For instance, my stressful week that I've been having this week. I know that it's not serving me. It's just there to, what do I call it? I call it my, I have a term for it, but kind of like my alert system, like all the little bells and whistles are going off. I got that. I was telling someone earlier today, it's like, imagine your body as a ship and you have all the crew members, right? Most of my crew members know what to do and they're doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. But I got this one crew member that's running around freaking out about everything, saying, we're going to sink. We're going to sink. Oh my God. What do we do? What do we do? And I'm doing everything I can to bring that one crew member along with the other ones to get them all aligned together. But I got that one crazy one that's running around. But that one individual is not serving me. It's not helping. And I'm fully aware of this, but you know, we're all human. There's only so much that we can do. But I'm doing all my techniques, my meditations, my breathing exercise to try to calm down that person. And this is part of my cleansing process, right? Cleansing. This is part of my cleansing process to help release that stress because it is not serving me. This one right here, Blue Mountain Tarot, this is the Elemental Oracle. And that's by Stacy DeMarco. I love this one. It's a great one. And then the other one, the first cards that I'm using is the Soulful Woman deck. And I love these Soulful Women cards. They have amazing messages that these cards hold. So that's what those are. So allow yourself to release what's not serving you. Hey, Pat, welcome. I went for my health walk a bit earlier, happened to be in the room now virtually. I'm having stress, so I tried opening up exercise and it did slightly lighten. Oh, good, Pat, I'm happy to hear that. Good. Yeah, stress is, if we don't manage our stress or tend to it, it's amazing how it will show up in parts of your body. A lot of times, and I know that for me in particular, there are times when I don't know that I'm stressed, but I carry it mainly in my solar plexus. That area will get really tight and heavy, and I get it in my neck, in my shoulder, particularly my right side. For whatever reason, all my stress, everything loves to hang out on the right side of my body. Exercise is huge for releasing stress. So Pat, I'm so happy that you got out and did your walk. That's a beautiful way to release and to let go and to connect as well, to connect to, especially if you're taking a walk out in nature. I live in the heart of Hollywood, so very little nature in my immediate surroundings. There is a canyon that's not too far away. Surprisingly, there is a canyon, a beautiful canyon at that in Hollywood. But when it's been a while, actually, now that I'm saying that, I need to get back out over there. But that is a fantastic way just to get out and to connect so that you can just start letting things go. Hypertension. I can relate to that, Pat, as well. I am also hypertension. I'm doing better. As soon as I found out, because I was taking the little water pills the doctor prescribed me, and I knew that I didn't want to be on those for a long time. So I made some changes in my life, and I have my little high blood pressure machine here and check in every once in a while. But I've been doing good, and I don't need to take the pills, and been doing better. But because of this whole underlying stress thing that I can't detect all the time, I realize that it's something that I need to be mindful of and to release, doing all that cleansing. And another good thing to do is throughout your day, maybe at least once a day, do a check-in. Check in with yourself. And what a check-in looks like is just sitting with yourself and saying, how am I feeling right now? What's going on? What am I feeling right now? And start identifying with those emotions that are coming up for you. Am I feeling anxious? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling happy? If you're feeling happy, everything feels great, then celebrate that moment. I don't think we take enough time to celebrate just little things in our lives. If you're feeling great, great. Just say, you know what? That's fantastic. I'm so happy. I am celebrating me right now. I even go as far to give myself little hugs sometimes. Even when I'm feeling sad, I will hug myself and say, it's okay. It's all right. Or you're going to be okay. I give myself these important little reminders because, as I always said, you have to be your own personal cheerleader. It's beautiful when we do get support from others. That power of support, it's a beautiful thing. But most importantly, you want to find and give that support to yourself. We don't do that enough. So take that time, check in, see how you're feeling for the day. And pay attention to, is there something that I need? Today I did a quick check-in. I knew I was exhausted. Normally when I feel exhausted, I'll take a little nap. I say, okay, I'm going to take a little nap so I can restore and revive. Unfortunately, my day was too hectic where I didn't get the opportunity to do that. But you better believe after I'm done with this live today, I'm going to take that time just to relax, release. Another thing that's just came through from Spirit with water. I just had this thought or vision of a bathtub. That is a beautiful way to release. I used to faithfully every Sunday, which I need to get back to because it was probably one of the best things I could do for myself, was to light some candles, take some really beautiful music, whether that be jazz or just some easy listening music, whatever music you like or connect to, play the music, lay in the bath, and just imagine all the stress from the day coming off of the body and releasing it through the water. It's magical. And if you're interested in a great detox formula for baths, providing, because I am not a doctor, and provide that you don't have any allergic reactions or anything to any of these things, this is what I use, is some Epsom salt, baking soda, and then your favorite essential oil. For me, it's lavender. Lavender has very calming properties. So I like just not a lot, just a few little drops in my bath water. And I could just feel everything that I need to release coming off. And if you don't have the time for baths, showers are just as nice. Something about the bathtub, though, of letting the whole body be immersed in the water is powerful. But a shower, rinsing all of that off. If you work all day, or doesn't even have to be work, any type of stress, or you just had a hard day, get in that shower, just imagine everything just running off of your body, releasing all of it. And you can even speak it of saying, I am releasing whatever it is that you need to release. These are great ways of helping you just to clear so that you can get back to connecting to that inner guidance system. Okay. So those are some really powerful things. I'm just going to pull a few more cards to see if what other message may come through. Yeah, I hear you, Pat. I know it runs really heavy in my family too. Okay. Let's see what else Spirit wants to say on this. Okay. There we go. We got cleanse again. So cleansing is really important in order for you to be able to just connect with yourself in aligning that system, bringing that peace and calm into your life. When you're able to do that, that helps to stimulate the things that you want to bring in to your life. When you're setting those intentions, those affirmations that you're saying that you want to bring in, stimulating those words of action so that you can be in your place of flow. And I just want to read to see what I love about this deck. It also provides you, this is the Magical Herb Oracle. And they have different herbs that you can use that will assist you. Let me put my glasses back on so I'm not straining here. Okay. And what's beautiful is that this book also has different ways that you can, well, I think I said that you have different ways you can use these herbs to help. This one is Colt's foot. And I'm not too familiar with this herb. It says that it's native to Central Asia and Europe. Colt's foot is a perennial that looks a lot like a dandelion. It is precocious in its growth cycle, meaning the stems will bear flowers before the leaves show in spring. And this is where the common name of colt's foot comes from, as the flowers do indeed resemble the foot of a colt. Trying to see if there's something that will be beneficial here. They have kind of like a cleansing spell, as they call it. But it says that lifestyle changes are indicated as is a reminder to clear away things both physical and conceptual that are clogging up your environment, mind, and being. Get rid of what you don't need or is not doing you any good. As I said, whatever's not serving you. It is time for meditation and deeper thought and a focus on where you are placing your energy and time. Ensure you remain positive and do not involve yourself in gossip, negative energy, or underhand tactics because the negative effects will be greater than usual right now. So yes, we've spoke on this as well. The language that you speak, the different things, the environment that you put yourself in, even what we watch on TV, what we feed our minds and our souls with, that impacts us and how we feel. I mentioned, when did I mention this? When on Monday with the Soul Sisters Tarot, where I mentioned how I used to be a horror fanatic and how much I used to love watching that horror. Well, as my spirituality started growing and I started expanding in my connection with spirit becoming stronger, that wasn't feeding my soul. It just actually was cramping it and making it not feel so good. So I had to start letting that go. And that was a tough thing for me to do. But now when I watch, I can't even really connect with that because I've grown beyond that. And it's just really seeing people get killed and slaughtered and all of that kind of stuff. That's not feeding your soul at all. So, and not to put it out there, anything against it or judgment against for those that still enjoy it. I still enjoy every full blue moon or so, but I know that that's something that I can't get myself involved in a regular basis because it is not helping me grow in that sense. So I'm very mindful of what I'm feeding myself all the way around. So let's see what the other one has to say, the stimulate. Hey, Miss Lisa, good to see you. So this other one of stimulate. Wow, these are all herbs I never heard of. This one is guarana. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But it says that this is an opportunity. An opportunity is presenting itself to you. So understand that you have what you need to take a full advantage of it. Ideas and ways to affect change should also come to the surface. The time has gone beyond dreaming and planning and moved into the period of the first actions to make it all happen. Although you will find you are the focal point of a lot going on at the moment, perhaps even taking a leadership role. Be mindful not to get too carried away with things or become arrogant. A new adventure is also close at hand. So as I mentioned, with that whole cleansing process, as you cleanse, this helps you put your words of affirmation, your words into action. It's you begin to stimulate that. All right. When you're looking at ways of different ways, things that you want to do, things that you want to manifest, when you're surrounding it with that energy that is positive and powerful, that creates that stimulation, which leads into the flow. Okay. And let's see what the flow has to say. So the flow says if you are challenged in any way, first the herb here for flow, this is ginkgo. And I didn't say where this other one was from. The guarana, or how else you pronounce that. Let me tell you what this one is. That particular herb is a native vine of the Amazon basin. This plant can grow up to a height of 39.3 feet. The small white flowers grow in cluster formation among the large light green leaves. The fruit is red to brown. It contains seeds that look very much like human eyeballs. Oh yeah, they do. Look at that. Right there. No wonder I haven't heard of these herbs. They're not here in the US. So that was the guarana plant. And then the ginkgo is native to China. This ancient tree has been known to live for up to 1,000 years. They can grow up to, same with this one, 39.3 feet, and have very distinctive fan-shaped, double-lobed, bright green leaves that turn yellow in autumn. Okay. But this message says, if you are challenged in any way, then you are being offered hope and the resilience required. There is the possibility of achievement if you simply go along with the flow. But you need to be patient, as things must take their natural course in time, right? All in divine timing. Although this is the case balance still has to be found, and perhaps some moderation should be practiced to help find it. You may discover that looking more closely at your personal motivations and your recent reactions will lead to a greater understanding. This is a period of rest and recharge, could be of value right now. Right? This is what we're talking about with our energy. We want to protect it, be mindful of it, rest and recharge. And what came through with the whole flow and cleanse, my favorite saying is, let it go and let it flow. So remember that when you're going through something and you find yourself kind of holding on to that, just say, let it go and let it flow. So hopefully that will help you with that. Let me just see if there's any other messages that come through about this inner guidance system. Okay. Another way of doing this is balancing your chakras. And if you're not familiar with doing that, there's so many different ways of what you can do with balancing your chakras. If you have like a sound bowl, or if you have, even like a little bell, any type of sound, something that you can align, put with your chakras. And if you don't, you can do it mentally as well. So with your feet flat on the ground, I do a lot of chakra balancing with the Reiki work that I do, the energy work. But really, anyone has the ability to open up their chakras if you just focus on them. So starting with your root chakra, you just want to feel into that root chakra. And as you tune into each one, just imagine them opening up. If you haven't checked it out, I did a meditation the other day, or was that last Wednesday? I'm so messed up with the times. Let me just take a quick look here. Let's see, when did I do this? Yep, that was last Wednesday. It's called the Cosmic Chakra Meditation. So if you're interested and you're not sure and you don't want to do it on your own, I actually do a guided meditation that will take you through each of those chakras and helping you open them up. But one way that you can do is just starting from the root chakra and making your way all the way up. And there's a diagram there too. So if you're not familiar where your chakras are located, you can Google it really, and you'll have 50 billion different charts come up. But just imagine each chakra. First, imagine just releasing whatever you might be holding there. Breathe into it, taking deep breaths in, and then breathe out. And just imagining it opening up. Or you can imagine sending light into that chakra to open it up. And you just go through each one. And this photo, the message I heard was just to really just align those chakras so that you can open them up and allow things to flow. Somewhere also, and I'll put the links to all these things in the description for later if you choose to come back. I have a beautiful heart opening meditation as well that I did on one of my lives. That was some time back. I think it might have been in 2020. But that would be very beneficial as well, just to help to release and open up and bringing in that light and love. And it's a very nice meditation of where you have kind of like this stream coming down. So again, another kind of cleansing aspect to help you to cleanse, release, and open up. Hey, Jay, welcome. How are you? Hope you're good. Another way of releasing, Jay has a Wellness Wednesday too. He does sound baths generally every Wednesday. So that's a great way of releasing energy stiff energy that's not moving or feels stuck. He also does different yoga things to help you. And that's good to get your energy moving and the body moving. So these are all different ways of aligning your body so that you can connect with your higher self. Let me just tune in to see what other message needs to come through here. So I'm hearing the practice of self-love. Okay. If you struggle with finding the love for you, taking care of yourself in a way that, and this is more of not pampering, even though pampering is a beautiful, amazing thing to do for yourself. This is deeper than that. This is deeper of really loving yourself and loving every aspect of you. And there's this, I'm trying to think, there's this other thing that I do or I've done that was very helpful for me, because the lack of love a lot of times comes more from not feeling worthy or not feeling good enough. And I know those are two things that I struggled a lot in my life in the past. And every once in a while, it will rear its little ugly head, that little nagging little voice of just saying, who do you think you are? You can't do that, blah, 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 blah. So there are times, and that's actually part of my affirmations. So Spirit right now is telling me to tell you to really practice and feel into that. If that is something that does not feel good to you, where you struggle with the whole self-love, I highly suggest getting rose quartz, or rhodonite is another crystal. And what's beautiful about that is that, let me see, let me grab these for you quickly so I can share this with you. Okay. Oh, you're serving drinks and snacks? Thank you, little bro. I appreciate you. Yeah, hook me up with I'm being good tonight. I'll take a green smoothie, please. Okay. This is one of my favorite crystals. This is my rose quartz. And what I love about it is because it's a palm stone. So when I meditate, it fits right in my palm and I hold on to this. Even I'll pick it up sometimes when I feel like, I don't know, just like when I'm kind of doubting myself or not really standing in my power, I will pick up my rose quartz, put it in the palm of my hand and hold on to it. And I will tell myself, I am worthy, I am good enough. Or I can say things like, the decision I've made is the right decision for me. Because we'll make decisions sometimes and we'll sit there and we'll doubt ourselves and doubt and doubt and doubt. And one thing that I used to do, because I was in that place of not feeling worthy, or I would, I don't know, I consistently would doubt myself. I would call just about everyone that I knew. Okay, I got to make this decision. What do you think? What do you think? Hang up with that person. Call somebody else. What do you think? What do you think I should do? Instead of just tuning in with myself, my inner guidance system, to feel out my own answer. I always felt like my answer was not good enough, so I had to reach out and ask everyone else. Is anybody else guilty of that? Because that was a thing for me. Hey, Kathleen, welcome. So happy to see you. So I started pulling away from that and connecting with me, connecting with spirit, my higher self, and just tapping into what felt right for me. And then I would trust that decision that I made for myself, and trust also that if it wasn't the right decision, that spirit will open things up and show me where the right place would go, where I was supposed to go. And if it wasn't the right decision and I made a mistake and I found out that it was a mistake, I wouldn't beat myself up about it. I used to, but I got away from doing that and just saying, it's okay. What did I learn from this? What can I use from this lesson that I can take into the next thing that I do? So it's all a learning process. Again, we're only human. We're bound to make mistakes, but we need to honor our mistakes. Now, when you start making that same mistake over and over again, then you're not paying attention and listening to that lesson that you just learned. So be conscious of that. Treat yourself. There's actually a song that's called Treat Yourself with Love and Kindness. Treat yourself with love and kindness. So if you don't have any rose quartz, I highly recommend getting some. There's different ways, you have pendants that you can wear. There's different bracelets. I don't have mine on now, but I do have a rose quartz bracelet as well. Some days I'll wear that when I'm feeling a little low or a little down on myself. I'll put my bracelet on, and that just helps to boost and lift my energy, my spirits. The other crystal is the rhodonite, and this one's a little small piece. But it's pink as well, and it has a little bit of black in there. And I'll just read this, what it has on rhodonite. I swear the small print kills me sometimes. So it says, rhodonite balances yin-yang energy, resources one in all endeavors, and helps one to be all you can be. A stone of love, it calms anxiety and trauma, kickstarts the heart and creates a cooperative spirit in groups. One can find one's potential and focus on it for assured success. Good for all around good health, blocks in nervous system, and equalizing calcium. So this is also another really beautiful stone to utilize during meditation. I do too, Georgie Moon. Georgie Moon says, I love rhodonite. Now this is going to sound kind of crazy, and I thought it was when I had first heard it. I took a course because with my Reiki, I like to bring in crystals and use crystals when I'm doing the healing work. So when I was working on my crystal certification, one of our exercises was to take a crystal and take it for a walk and to allow that crystal to open up to you. And I'm doing this and I'm kind of like, okay. The messages that came through were so amazing. And not only with just the crystals, and I think this might have been a separate exercise. It was to go out and interact with just stuff on the street. So for instance, I'm walking down the street, I would say hello to the mailbox, or I would say hello to the trees. And I was having these conversations, and literally I can feel the energy of them talking back to me. And luckily I had my mask on, so I didn't look like a crazy person kind of walking around having these conversations. But the crystals will open up to you. They will provide you the healing and energy that you need. Don't try too hard to make that happen. It just happens naturally. So when you're meditating, just imagine yourself releasing whatever that you need to release to the crystal, and then just kind of feel into it and feel it open up to you. Just imagine that it's opening up to you and you can feel the energy of the crystal. Some of them may be a little bit more powerful than others for you. I know that there's been some that I've been immediately drawn to, like when I've gone into a crystal store and I'm walking around, I can feel the energy of one pulling more to me than another one may, but they all have different purposes that they serve. And you don't necessarily need to know exactly what it does. I think sometimes we get really super hung up on that. I have found when doing the work too, that when I'm doing healing, that the crystals will call me to me and tell me where to place and how to utilize them for that particular person in the healing work that I'm doing. But if you really want to get into learning more about them, the Book of Stones is an amazing book to get that will provide you a lot of different information. And there's a lot of books out there. Oh, yes, Pat, that would be good to use. There's a lot of different type of healing stones. There's one, I can't think of it off the top of my head, Pat, but I will get the name of one that I think that would be helpful for you. So I'll get back to you on that. There you go. Thank you, Georgie Moon. Amethyst and green aventurine. Yes, those would be good. But there's something else that I'm thinking of, and I can't think of the name right now, but I will find that for you. I think that would be very helpful. So take a look at that. But these are all different ways of how we want to be able to release our inner guidance system is our bodies. If we pay close attention, it will talk to us. It will tell us what we need. But if you're not taking that time to have that quiet time with yourself, it's like building a relationship with you. If you're not allowing yourself to have that relationship, then it becomes a little more challenging to understand what it is that your body needs. The more you do this, the more that you allow yourself to be in the quiet and do that connection, that higher awareness that I shared with you of just opening up more, where things that all this busy stuff or the chaos of our lives or the busyness of our lives, that's all out here in this field. We can't really access it because we are so focused and connected right here. When we allow ourselves to get to that point and to focus on that, that's when we can really begin to understand our bodies, understand what it is that we need, what we should be doing for ourselves. So I hope that's very helpful to you. Oh, I love lapis. What is it? Lazuli. Lapis. I have a struggle with that one. I love that one too, Kathy. Oh, you're welcome, Pat. All right. I just want to tap in one more time. But let me take a look at this here. If there's anything else that needs to come through. Okay. All right. So what else I'm hearing is, you know, we are told all the time, people will say, oh, well, just be positive. Be positive. Everything will be okay. There's some days that we just can't be positive. We don't feel like we want to be positive. But feeling that negativity sometimes too, or tapping into it, that's kind of our warning, right? It lets us know that something's going on with us that we need to pay attention to. So negative is not necessarily bad all the time. And in processing that, there's lessons that are there. So when we find ourselves in that lower vibration state of dealing with emotions such as fear, sadness, anxiety, anger, you know, I can't think of anything else right now, but anything in that lower vibrational tier, there are messages there. There are lessons. Even when dealing with grief, right? They help us to go through those things, because this is what we need to work on in order to release it, to have that cleansing process. So don't ever feel frustrated or upset if you're in those vibrations and you're like, I just can't get out of it right now. It's okay. That's all right. I have had situations for a good deal of my life. I dealt with depression, and every once in a while, I can feel it come up. It's not as bad as it used to be. But I remember, despite all the work and everything else that I have done, I had a moment once where I got into a depressive state and I could not get out of it. And I was in it for almost 2 months. But I was patient. The difference is this time around, I was patient with myself. I said, it's okay. This is just how it is right now. And I allowed myself to go through everything that I was feeling and all the tools and techniques and everything that I've learned that has taught me, oh, you know, to raise my vibration, I need to do this. And, you know, or I can do this thing over here. I had a full toolbox of all these different things that I could use. But every time I pulled something out to do it, it just wouldn't take. And instead of getting frustrated about that and upset about that, I just allowed myself to be where I was. And I just continued to love myself. And it said, and I told myself, it's okay. This is just where I am right now. And eventually, as I found myself coming out of it, and then I was able to start releasing some of it, that's when I was able to pull out different tools to completely bring me out of it. So just be gentle with yourself. Love yourself for where you are in that moment. There are beautiful little gems in some of those lower vibrational states that we can utilize to help us to start that work of releasing. Let's see, make sure. Oh, shungite is really good. Oh, that's nice, Libra Lady. Libra Lady says, I make gym water daily with crystals. I have 3 water bottles with crystals that are indirect method. Let me pin that. Citrine water is like happiness for me. Water is very smooth like silk. Yes, I'm wearing actually my citrine bracelet right now. It's a darker citrine color, but I love it. Thank you for that, Georgie Moon. Yeah, some other good ones. Blue agate carnelian. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yes, it does, Kathy. Lapis opens the third eye and opens the throat chakra. Yes. Amethyst also is really good for the third eye crown chakra. Okay. Oh, absolutely, Jay. The way we practice self-care can make a difference for our mental health, and I'm glad you're in a healthier place in your life. Me too, Jay. Thank you. It's definitely been a journey to get to this point, and we are forever evolving, forever learning. There's the work never stops. The work never stops. So this is why it's so important. Going back to that power of support. This is why it's so important to bring in a support system of people, because it can be challenging and difficult sometimes. And when we have other people around us that can help us to bring us out of whatever it is that we're going through, that is what else helps us, also helps us to align, to connect with ourselves. So that's, having that support system is very important. But truly make sure that you take that time, you're cocooning, that quiet time where you can allow yourself to grow. So that is my, hey, Sharon, I didn't see you sneak in here. Hello. I hope you got your rest. Speaking of energy. Hey, Patty. Oh no, you're not getting your notifications? You know, sometimes, I don't know if this would help, Patty, but maybe unsubscribe and resubscribe and hit the notification bell, see if that helps. I know that's a tricky thing. I've had some issues sometimes with my notification bell not going off as well. So try that and see if that helps. But make sure you check out the replay, because we really we're talking about connecting with our inner guidance system, opening ourselves up so that we can have that more freedom to connect with ourselves, to understand the messages that we receive from spirit, and just really understand what our bodies are telling us, what it is that we need. That's so funny, Kathy. I spoke on that earlier. So I call it my detox. It's very similar to that one. I use Epsom salt, baking soda, and lavender. So I like the lavender for the calming, but eucalyptus, whatever favorite oil. Be mindful how much oil that you put into your baths, because one day I got a little carried away and put a little too much lavender in there, and it was very overpowering. So I just do like maybe about 3 drops in my water. And yes, that's my detox bath. So I do enjoy doing that. All right, I'm just checking in, see if there's any other messages that need to be said. No, the only thing I'm hearing is to be kind. Be kind, gentle, and patient with yourself. So I will leave you with those words, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. Again, I just want to mention next Wednesday, I'm having one of my teachers, one of my mentors on. She is actually one of the people that started me on my path many years ago. Was it, I don't know, 10, 12 years, something like that. Her name is Michelle Benjamin Mickey, and she will be discussing, her topic is on the grace of grief. And then on the 25th, I'll have my other teacher on, my other mentor, Catriona, and her topic is, it's called The World We Longed For. And it's about embodying our humanity to revise and re-sanctify our relationship with the world and with each other. So these women, they are extremely powerful, amazing beings. I still to this day do work with them because they have taught me so much. Their lives are amazing, the lives that they have led. They're incredible teachers. So I'm extremely excited to have them on and have them share their wisdom with you. So I hope to see you next Wednesday. And yes, blessings to you too, Pat. Blessings to you all. And join me Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time for coffee chat. Okay? All right, everyone. Take care. Thank you for hanging out with me. Appreciate you all. All right. Good night.